game, and how did he kind of settle in?
I think everyone does a little bit. The rain was going there a little bit at the beginning, but he missed that first pass and was a little off on a couple, but also made a couple off schedules there in the first half too that were real good. He ended up playing a hell of a game, and the most impressive thing was not turning it over.
You were all surprised with how much trust you have in Brock at this point?
Not really. Felt that way from the beginning. Once he got in that game versus Miami, we didn't have the luxury to sit there and worry about stuff the way the game was going. We just had to call plays to try to win the game, and he did such a hell of a job, and he's done it every time since. So we got a lot of confidence in him, and he gives us more and more confidence each week.
19 passes and 9 runs. Is it big to see him do it in the playoffs like this? Just
not totally yet. I don't know. I feel like, playoffs means all it means is if you lose, the season's over. Besides that, you're usually going against good teams. But we have seen him do it against good teams, and the pressure's always on. And it was great to see him do it today.
I feel like it affects Purdy now that this game is over. He's already played in one postseason game. Now he can just go play now.
I think he did that today. I think he's done that every game he's gotten in. So it's cool to have another thing that he can say he's done. But these games are all the same. Some can mean more than others just because when you lose this one, your season's over. So that's the pressure that everyone's got to deal with. But that's why you just want to get to the game. Once that kickoff goes and you get out on the field, then you realize it's 3.5 hours just like it always is. But there's always a build-up for that.
Kyle, it's good in the second half. How do you assess their performance?
They got us on a couple things early. The big play, obviously. DK's as good as anyone. Gino throws a hell of a ball. And Mooney didn't shy away from anything. He went up there and competed with him all game just like he did last time. DK's going to get some. I thought we got some too. But I think the key in the game was getting those turnovers in the second half. If we don't come out and get those turnovers and we turn it over on offense at all, I think it's a totally different game. And once we came out and got those turnovers, I think we settled down and got back and playing pretty good football.
That play with Abraham. You have a sense Debo might do something big after his foot got yanked?
I was worried that he was hurt on it. I lost my mind a little bit on that. But yeah, I was real concerned that he was hurt on it. I didn't like how that looked. I thought it looked pretty bad and the intent of the play. So I think that pissed a lot of people off. I think it pissed our team off, and I think you can kind of feel our team react to that after. I wish we were like that from the first play always, but sometimes when some stuff motivates the guys, I think it was cool to see us rally together. And I know Debo was bothered, and it was cool he came back and answered.
You think that's some struggles in the
malaise or?
No, I don't want to make too big a deal about that. People get mad. That doesn't change everything. I thought, you got to score points to beat people, and they got us on a couple big plays, especially the go route that gave them some points. And I think we had 8.5 yards of play in the first half, so it wasn't like we weren't doing well. They just did a good job keeping us out of the end zone. And if you keep doing that, regardless of what you've done, you look up and you're down by 1 point. And didn't feel like we should be because I thought we had done a lot of good things. But when you don't score those touchdowns, that's how it is. And that's why it doesn't always matter the stats and what you're doing. There's one thing, it's who scores more points. And I'm glad we kept playing the same way. And we ended up getting turnovers and not giving any. And if you keep doing that and keep getting explosive like that, that's why the score ended up the way it did.
Did it feel different because it was a playoff game?
There was some emotion going into the game. You could just feel it, in the environment with the fans and our teammates. Man, this is win or go home. And so, you did feel that. I feel like pregame and whatnot. But once the game started, it was all, hey, it's 11 on 11. I got to do my job. I got to get it to the guys when they're in space and go from there. But we didn't make it more than what it was. You could feel it in the first half in terms of, Seattle's playing really good football. It's playoff football. Everyone plays their best football. So I feel like that was just something that we had in the back of our minds too. But overall, it wasn't, oh my gosh, we're in the playoffs. We got to get all tense or anything like that. So we just got to play our game and let everything else fall into place.
You haven't had very many opportunities.
In the first half, you were able to move the ball well. We couldn't get into the end zone or have trouble finishing drives. Why were you able to turn that around in the second half?
Yeah, I think, it's just there's a couple plays, man, where it's like you got to be on point. once you get those matchups and opportunities to capitalize on, you got to do it, especially in the NFL, playoff football. And so that's, I put that on myself. There's some plays where I should have put the ball up, give George a one-on-one shot, and instead of taking a sack. Some plays like that where I got to be better. And so coming into the halftime, Kyle just was straight up and was like, hey, man, like, you got plays are there. The opportunities are there. We just got to keep it simple and get it to the guys. And so we knew what our plan was coming out of halftime into the second half, and I thought we just executed everything, and we finished drives where we didn't do the stalling. We didn't overthink things in the second half.
Moved around a lot today, but
Brock, are you a LeBron James fan?
Yeah, LeBron, yeah.
Did you see what he tweeted about you?
I did not. I did not.
Said, LeBron gut game.
LeBron said that? Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's so cool.
How did you notice the intensity in the